like an endless dream, you know, a nightmare, you know. But there's a lot of good that's been coming out of it. A lot of.
I'm in the break room eating my food. When the gunshots, I break through this door, I break through that door, I break through the front door. I'm the
Violent
first.
crimes, including earlier today, the United States Attorney's Office held a press conference announcing he.
Probably seen nobody was in the doorways. Checked Hustle had on shorts. Checked everybody else.
Would somebody do that to a person that was leading the whole community? Why? We want to know why.
That justice was served.
Yeah, justice was definitely served, you know. Like I said, I was never.
Los Angeles is a city built on dreams, yet buried beneath its bright lights and palm trees, loyalty can be bought, sold, or even killed. The Marathon clothing store in Slauson and Crenshaw was more than a business. It was a symbol of hope for a community abandoned by opportunity. A young king named Nipsey Hussle built it brick by brick, with dreams not just for himself, but for everyone around him. And on March 31st, 2019, those dreams were shattered by bullets in broad daylight. While the world mourned, behind the scenes, unsettling questions began to grow. Questions about who stood nearby and who stood to gain. At the center of that dark web, Herman Cowboy Douglas, Nipsey's longtime friend, a self-proclaimed big brother figure who somehow always seemed to be at the right place at the wrong time. Today, we dig deeper into the allegations, contradictions, and hidden alliances that suggest Cowboy's role in Nipsey's demise may be far more complicated and far more sinister than the public was ever told.
It just didn't happen. And he said it was a cool conversation. There was no hostility. There was no pushing or shoving or anything like that. Because, as he put it, if he even had an inkling that Nipsey was in any kind of danger, he would have been on it.
I don't know if it was God or not, but for some, you know, right before you get ready to punch him, a split second, like, man, I'm about to sock this. But for some reason, then I asked, like, damn, why do I want to sock this nigga? Like, why? You know what I mean? Like someone was telling me like this, you know what I mean? Just sock this nigga, you know what I mean? Like
you
an
feel
instinct,
the energy.
an instinct, and I think Nip felt it when he said, I wonder how this is gonna play, but you know, this is later, after the fact, you know what I mean? Like, then why did I think that? Why did I think I should have just socked this nigga? So, you know what I mean? Like I said, that's after the fact.
Damn.
You know, but here's the Marathon store right here. Then there's a door right here. Then there's a door right here, that's the break room. So I'm in the break room eating my food. When the gunshots, I break through this door, I break through that door, I break through that door, I break through the front door. I'm the first nigga to nip.
So I'm in the break room eating my food. When the gunshots, I break through this door, I break through that door, I break through the front door. I'm the first nigga.
Regardless to me or with Big U, when I heard any information concerning me or Big U, it was never a question about Big U. I know Big U loved Nip. Big U always had money. Big U. So it was never no question. I never questioned.
To understand Cowboy's role, you must first understand his loyalty to Big U, one of the most powerful figures in the Rolling 60s Crips. Big U wasn't just a gang leader, he was a shot caller, the chess master behind many moves in South Central Los Angeles. Cowboy was known to be extremely close to Big U, often speaking of him with respect and admiration, even as Nipsey's own relationship with Big U grew cold and tense in the years before his death. Those familiar with LA politics say Big U's influence stretched deep, and Cowboy, an older 60s member, was very much under that spell. When Big U called, Cowboy answered.
Alibi for the day that Nipsey died.
I don't know what Then I didn't do it.
Got you a whole bunch of different places at one time.
I was out of town anyway. Dude, who said you was in town or out of town? Why would you bring that up? What about going live on IG on Hood Day? Remember neighborhood this, and you looking around goofy and stuff? Oh, wait. Something better. What about when You was on IG and they said justice for Nip.
Justice for them.
Your boy would have been there like, yeah.
And you start laughing and you was throwing up neighborhood.
Meet Big U.
Oh, he's always my big homie, just in the hood. He's the big homie, you know what I mean? Since I was a little kid growing up, watching the big homie, Big U, Eddie Boy, Schlep Rock, Mad Ronnie, you know, Banker T, Nicky Bam. These are all my big homies, you know, you little kid, you see the big homies, you know what I mean? Then was all...
No Big U loved them. Big U always had money, Big U, so it was never no question. I never questioned that I know that really had love for Nip. And if you look at everything, nobody benefits from Nip's death. Nip and his family was running the business. It wasn't like he was up under some record label and he had all these different partners. You know, it was just him, his brother, and his family. You know, Nip led the ship itself, so nobody benefits. So when Nip passing, okay, his family got everything. That's
right.
So nobody benefits. Big U ain't getting no dollar out of Nip's passing. They're making some money. No, nobody. If why would I still be on Crenshaw selling T-shirts after Nipsey's passing?
Cowboy's actions the day Nipsey was murdered are chilling in hindsight. Cowboy was seen standing next to Nipsey when Eric Holder approached. Yet, at the exact moment the confrontation escalated, Cowboy conveniently walked away, leaving Nipsey exposed. Moments later, the shooting began. Many asked, why did Cowboy walk away at that moment? Why wasn't he caught in the gunfire? Why didn't he shoot back? Why didn't he help Nipsey? Timing is everything in life and in death.
And Grandpa like, yeah. And he didn't really say it to nobody, but I distinctly remember saying, I wonder how this going.
From my understanding, no boy walked up with no shirt on first to check the scene and had a conversation. Probably seen nobody was in the doorways. Checked Hussle had on shorts. Checked everybody else. Left. They say came back with a red shirt on and went right and started shooting. So to me, that's premeditated. Number one, there's no red shirts in the hood.
It's a dream, you know, a nightmare, you know. But there's a lot of good that's been coming out of it. A lot of peace in the city. The LAPD, they've been there for us. The Muslims, they've been there for us. The city council members that came down. The city, everybody, the whole city, everybody's been supportive.
So do you mind me asking where exactly you were that night that the shooting happened?
I was talking to Nipsey from the time he got to that parking lot. I was out there talking food, and I left to the break room to put my food down for a short minute amount of time, and that's when the guy came up and held him, make sure he was breathing. He was still breathing. He had a bullet hole right here. I kept my hand in that right there. He had one right here. He was fighting. He fought. You know, you can see he was fighting. He wasn't trying to go nowhere. He was fighting. He fought the whole way up until the ambulance came and got him. He fought. He's a fighter.
And what were you telling him in those moments that you were holding him and making sure he was there?
I was basically just praying, and if his eyes start to roll back a little bit, I say, "Wake up!" And he kind of snapped back.
Where my presence and a threat comes along, it's my job. I know you a sick soul and a heart of sick soul with a nigga that's part of your name, and you telling me the job description that's been given to whoever's in that at that door ain't your job.
That's facts. Like the nigga Cowboy. I mean, we have to hold Rampart the same way because that's Nipsey close friend. He's a buster too. Like everybody that ran, and both of them had going on.
I tell you all the time, nephew, I don't bring decorations with me.
Nope.
These niggas be decorations, look good, talk good, all that shit, but they ain't gonna.
Since that day, Cowboy's recounting of events have shifted noticeably. At first, he said he didn't hear the conversation between Nipsey and Holder. Later, he testified in court claiming he heard everything, specifically that Nipsey had accused Eric of being a snitch. And even more bizarre, Cowboy said he didn't want to testify against Eric at all, then suddenly appeared in court, swearing he wasn't a snitch, only doing it to protect Nipsey's name. These contradictions raised even more suspicion. Why would someone so close to Nipsey, someone supposedly devastated by his loss, change his story multiple times under oath? You're a fraud.
How's Cowboy business doing? I don't know, my nigga. You gotta go ask Cowboy. I don't support no nigga named Cowboy business, nigga. That nigga ain't all money in. That nigga ain't got nothing to do with Nip Hussle. You know what I'm saying? So when y'all be going to support all that trash ass shit, that's out. Listen, if y'all listen to Hustle, y'all know if it don't got the marathon tag, it's a knockoff. So that goes for everything. So if y'all trying to support Hustle and it doesn't have the marathon tag, it's a knockoff. That goes for anything. Anything. I don't give a fuck who y'all go get y'all merchandise from. If it doesn't have the marathon tag, it's a knockoff. And y'all caught me on the day because normally I don't even respond to shit like that. But I'm going to tell you niggas today, I don't fuck with Cuz and I don't fuck with the merch, nigga. And all that shit on Slauson, all that shit up and down in front of our shop, we don't fuck with. If it don't got the marathon tag, it's a knockoff. So if y'all go support that shit, no disrespect, because y'all could support whoever y'all want to support. I'm not telling y'all to only support us. But just know when y'all, if y'all trying to support us and y'all go buy that shit, it's not supporting us. That shit is all knockoff.
In the weeks following Nipsey's murder, Cowboy's behavior became even harder to defend. Instead of honoring the site as sacred ground, Cowboy filmed a music video at the very location Nipsey was gunned down, dancing and rapping in front of the Marathon storefront, and then the counterfeit merchandise. Cowboy moved into the same Marathon lot, selling fake Marathon t-shirts and memorabilia, allegedly without permission from Nipsey's family or business partners. The optics were horrifying to fans. A man who once swept the parking lot under Nipsey's watch, now cashing in on his death. And worse, the family reportedly cut ties with Cowboy entirely after Nipsey's death, a strong signal that behind the scenes, trust was broken.
Dahmer came over there to get out with Nip. Cuz you was my nigga, go to jail. Come to find out you telling my baby mama, don't answer my phone calls, don't send me nothing. It's you and her, all this. You start, it's 6-0, we got to get out. Dahmer jump out. Nipsey didn't want to fade, Ghost. He didn't want to get out with Dahmer. Boy, Eddie Boy was telling, I get out with him. They lock up. Boom, 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 boom. Eddie Boy whooped Dahmer. Knock his tooth out, all that. Dahmer come back smoking. Right? Kill him. Behind it. Right? Dahmer go to jail for the body. They questioning Nipsey, and Nipsey said, if somebody do something to me, or I come up dead, Dahmer did it. Or they snatched Dahmer. Big U had that recording and used that to make the move. That's when you seen all the victory lap with him. Nipsey was playing his hand. Somebody was gonna go one way or another.
On Clubhouse industry insider Wack 100 made bombshell claims. He alleged that Big U had secret recordings of Nipsey Hussle talking to law enforcement, a dangerous image for a street-certified figure like Nipsey. According to the theory, Big U, already dealing with internal fractures in the rolling 60s, allegedly saw Nipsey as a liability. Combine that with ego and politics of Los Angeles street life, and the seeds of betrayal were sown. The suggestion is chilling. Big U controlled the older members like Cowboy. Cowboy's loyalty was not solely to Nipsey. Cowboy may have played a key role in positioning Nipsey in that parking lot, unguarded, vulnerable, and ultimately assassinated. If true, it wouldn't be the first time the streets of Los Angeles staged a silent coup. In the end, only two people truly know what happened that afternoon. One is dead, the other stands beneath a growing cloud of suspicion. The tragic irony is that Nipsey Hussle gave his life to uplift those who, in the end, may have orchestrated his downfall. Cowboy remains free, living in the shadow of a man he called his little bro, selling t-shirts and telling stories that never quite sound the same. And Big U, we already know where he is. As the 2028 Olympics approach and Los Angeles authorities move to clean up the city with sweeping gang indictments, you have to wonder, was Nipsey's death part of the larger strategy, a bloody game played for power, reputation, and survival? The marathon may continue, but so do the questions. And in the streets, unanswered questions are often the loudest echoes of betrayal. It's your boy Misguided Media. And you already know. I'll see y'all in the next one. I'm out.